that's kind of small.
I found myself in a consensual dogfight with a random player. He told me that he just purchased his Raiju, so I took it easy and only used the lock-on and barrage missiles. We decided to go for another round, but he couldn't get the best of me and abruptly left the lobby. I didn't take it too hard, so I decided to cruise around for a little while. And all of a sudden, two jets pop up on the minimap. First one is a Hydra, and the second one is a Raiju, but it's still hidden in the mist. Since I didn't know if they were friendly or foe, I just cruised around and didn't think much of it. If I had sound on, what I didn't have because I was listening to music with my earpods while just cruising around, I would have probably noticed all the turret fire behind me. It's kind of impressive how, even though I didn't fight back in the slightest bit or notice their intent at all, they didn't manage to scratch me like a single bit. At this point they had me thinking, nah, they're cool. And suddenly, two missiles. So yeah, I took it as a lesson on how to fly backwards with a Raiju. I tried to hang on for my life and desperately tried to win the dogfight, but this jet was as stable as a trust me bro investment. I tried to practice my rocket spam. It isn't really impressive yet, but hey, everybody starts somewhere, right? I had my grenade launcher out and this was a mistake. So anyways, I respawned on his mate and punished him for being obnoxious and destroying my B-11. They suddenly popped off in ghosts, so I decided that it's time to get out of here. Though, obviously, they wouldn't let me. I'd like to understand how his weapon can destroy my car with like 3 bullets. I gotta admit, throughout the match, I didn't really take him seriously. At some certain point, when he wrote me something stupid, I actually started going all out, but till then, like, it's just me basically playing around with a couple of randoms. Though, I think they kinda taking it very seriously, cause they keep activating ghost mode, for whatever reason. As if it's not a 2v1 already, and just a total clown show. Like, not to diss them, but their playstyle and whole playbook, like what they do, it's quite obvious and repetitive. So at this point I'm asking myself, am I am I just entertaining some noobs for no apparent reason whatsoever? Just out of curiosity. When you find yourself in matches like this and you know that your skill is a little bit higher than your enemies, do you purposely nerf yourself in a way? Like, don't play the way you could, just to have fun, let them have a chance. This is by far the weirdest mess up I ever had, and then he just one-shots me with a rocket. A 12 rocket car, by the way. His deluxe skills are mid, to be honest, and a little bit rusty, though as the match progresses I think he gradually gets better with it. Suddenly he started yapping for no reason. This ticked me off, and then he catches me off guard like that. And now I'm starting to get annoyed, to say the least. I decided that it's time to turn up the heat, so I joined my CO and popped Perky. At this point they're suddenly, slowly realizing that I'm not holding back anymore. I was surrounded by them and the cops, so I decided to evo out. This might have not been the most honorable thing to do. I ain't really bullying them, but I think they start to get the gist that they will not harm a hair on my body. So suddenly I read this and I'm like, you are done with me? No, bro. I'm not even taking you seriously. And then he's like, killing yourself only using rockets. And I'm like, bro, I evoed one time in a situation where you could have killed me. One time. Every other time was a tactical kill to get you with me in a suicidal attempt, or it was to get rid of the cops. Like, don't let it get to your head. As I was trying to round them up and get closer to them, this absolute random started blasting me for no apparent reason whatsoever, but to be a menace. At this point they managed to wake my inner tryhard, and I was like, okay bro, let's go. The following scenes will contain a full beatdown of every participating party, cause well, they asked for it, right? Fighting those two made me a little bit nostalgic, cause I remember the old me, like the newish me, who didn't really know what to do in this game or how to defend himself against those type of players, as I pretty much and colorfully remember how people like those two would constantly destroy my product sales, or abrupt anything I tried to plan or do in an open lobby, hunting me down like a dog throughout the whole match till I or them eventually leave.
꺼져 삼아.
It's time to go to bed.
너 핸드폰 하는 거예요.
늦게 자면
고운 피부가 다 무너진다고요.
사회적인 탈코크 됐어.
지금 잠에 들면
After establishing my dominance like that, I think the deal is sealed, and yeah,
아가씨.
I make my jolly way, I check the messages and read that. I'm a little bit baffled, but whatever. I proceed to text everybody GG and head out of the game.